Hello friends, today we are going to see inequalities and modular function. So this is part 3 of differential calculus in which I am explaining the functions, and in this I am explaining subtopics. If you have not watched my earlier video, then you can find the link in the description. So if you want to watch that video, you can watch, and this series is going to be very useful. So let's start. So what is inequalities? Here, if we have any number and if we divide by 0, then what is the answer? We say that this is undefined. Any real number upon 0 is not defined. So we can write it as undefined or not defined. So here for this we have a form a by b where b should not be equal to 0. If we in a question we are asked what is the value of a divided by b divided by c. So here before solving this we have to check that whether b and c are equal to 0 or not, because if B or C, any one of these will be 0, then function will be not defined and we will not be able to solve further. So make sure this is defined. There is a note that never cut variables, you may lose some solution. When you are solving a question, never cut the variables directly. You should solve that by step. Let's discuss one question, one example. Most of the students commit mistake here. If the question is x square is equal to x into 2x minus 5. So what is the common mistake students are doing? In this question they are cutting variable x. For example, they are cutting x. So we write x is equal to 2x minus 5. So if we bring x this side and 5 this side, we get x is equal to 5. But here it was quadratic equation, and we know that in quadratic equation we will get two roots, two answers, but here we got only one answer and we don't know what is the other option, what is the other answer. So if it is asked in question, we will commit mistake, we will write only one root but actual are two root are the answer. So what is the right way? Right way is, if it is x square is equal to x square minus 5x, we first of all we have to solve the bracket. So we have solved the bracket here. So now bring x square on right hand side and 5 minus 5x on left hand side. So we get 5x is equal to x square. Now bring this both on one side and equate to 0. So we got, taking x common, we got x into x minus 5 is equal to 0. So we get x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 5. So we got two solution, two roots. In quadratic equation we got two root, that is x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 5. So we got these two root. Now let's see further. See what is the there is another note. A number just greater than or just lesser than a given real number does not exist. Here the n means does not exist, means if we are given a number, for example 1, so on real number line 0 1 2, so 0 1 2, so we cannot define a number just less than or just greater than 1, because there will be many numbers between 0 and 1. For example, if we take a number greater than 1.1, we can write 1.11, 1.111, 1.1111, 1.10001. So we can write many numbers. We cannot write a particular number that this one is smaller than 1, this is the means lesser than 1. So this is a note, we cannot write a lesser or greater than number on real line, means for real numbers. And now some are algebraic operations on inequalities. Algebraic operation on inequalities. So what is this? Whenever it's given a greater than b, so if there is a constant c. So if we add that constant, then inequality doesn't change. Similarly, if we subtract that constant, then also inequality doesn't change. Now for a greater than b, if there is a constant c and if we multiply, so if c is positive, then inequality doesn't change, but if c is negative, then inequality will change. Here you have to take care in this one. Now similarly, if we divide by a number c, if c is positive, then equality will remain as it is. If c is negative, then inequality will change. So we have to take care of these small things when equality changes. When we multiply, when we divide, in both the cases inequality changes. Now let's see further. Now there is a note: inequality never cross multiply. As we have seen earlier, in equality we should not cancel the variable. In the similarly, we should not directly cross multiply any number, because see, as we have seen the earlier rule, when it is negative, the inequality sign changes, and similarly, if it is positive, inequality sign doesn't change. So you have to take care that we didn't directly cross multiply if number, if we don't know that it is positive or negative. Now let's see some property. Property 1. What is root of x square? What we do mistake, we write root of x square is equal to x. We directly write root of x square is equal to x. This is absolutely wrong. Root of x square is equal to mod x. Root of x square is mod x. So we should take care here. Whenever we are solving such question, we should use mod instead of directly writing positive x. Now property 2. A raised to 1 by 2, a raised to 1 by 4, a raised to 1 by 6, a raised to 1 by 6 defined only for a greater than 0. For example, root of 2. So here we know that in under root it is always positive. We cannot define root of 2. Then it will go in minus root of 2. We cannot define because it will go in complex number. So that we are not going to see now. So this we are discussing for real number. So for a root of a 1 by a raised to 1 by 4, for all this a should be greater than equal to 0. And if it is a raised to 1 by 3 raised to 1 by 3, then we can use any a. For example, x cube is equal to x cube. We can also write as x raised to minus 1 x raised to minus 1 by 3 is equal to minus x raised to 1 by 3. So we can write this thing. For example, minus 1 raised to 1 by 3 is equal to minus 1. We know this thing. So this is defined for any value of a. It doesn't matter it is positive or negative. If it is positive or negative, both we will get answer. So this was the second property. Now when to square in inequality. This is very important for any exam. So for example, it is given a greater than b. So we can square on both sides if and only if both are positive sign. Because if we have one positive, one negative, we cannot directly square. This is a law that we should follow. Now in that, this a greater than b, second case is a square is less than b square. When it will be like this, when both are negative sign. For example, minus a, it is written minus a greater than minus b. So we have to write a square is less than b square. Here inequality sign will change while squaring two negative variables. Here we should take care. This we can also see by example. Let's take one example of case 2. For example, a is equal to minus 3, b is equal to minus 2. Let's take, no, it's a greater than b. So let us take a is equal to -2, b is equal to -3. So -2 is greater than -3. We know that -2 is greater than -3. So now if we square, 4 is greater than 9. So is it right? No. Here we have to change the equality. So we will write 4 is less than 9, that is a square is less than b square. So we write a square is less than b square. I hope you understood by this example. Now, what is the third case? When a is positive, b is negative. So if a is positive and b is negative, then it is true for all values of x. If it is a function of x, then it will be true for all values. Here no need to do square or anything. Case 4 is a is negative, b is positive. Yeah, it's obvious. If a is positive and a is negative, b is positive, then we cannot write a greater than b. So this will never happen if it is a greater than b. Now fifth case is if a and b changes sign. If they change the sign, for example positive or negative, then we have to bifurcate into case 1 and 2. For example, the interval is given 1 to 3, and from 1 to 2 if they are positive, and from 2 to 3 it's negative. So we have to bifurcate into cases. For example, 1 to 2 they are positive, so we have to apply case 1. For example, 2 to 3 if it is negative, we have to apply case 2. Like this way we have to solve. And in this, take care that in example I will explain this thing again in detail, because this is a theory, and in maths when we solve a problem we get a better understanding. So in my explanation, after this all theory get over, I will start the examples of a good level, so you will be benefited in that. So in that I will explain all these cases in detail, so you will not have any doubt. If you have any doubt, then you can let me know in the comment section. Now let's see few other. So this till here we have discussed. Now few points to remember. If it is a plus 1 upon a, so we can write a plus 1 upon a greater than equal to 2 for a greater than 0. Inequality holds for a is equal to 1. When a is equal to 1, we know if you substitute a is equal to 1, we get 1 plus 1 upon 1. This is greater than equal to 2. If you increase the value of a, it will increase. So minimum value will be 2. So this you can remember if you are giving a competitive exam, or for if time is limited, you can use this property. Second one is similarly like this, a plus 1 upon 2 less than or equal to -2 for a less than 0. Inequality hold for a is equal to -1. Now third point is when a is less than b and a is greater than 0. So we can write a raised to r is less than b raised to r for r greater than 0. If r is positive, so we can power in inequality. As we have seen multiplication and division and addition, the algebraic operations, similarly we can use in powers also this same thing. If r is negative, inequality sign will get change. Here inequality sign will get change if r is negative. So take care, see whether r is positive or r is negative. You have to check that it is positive or negative. If it is negative, it will change the sign. So you should take care in this. Now let's discuss modulus function. Modulus function is also known as absolute function. We know that whenever we put any value in a modulus, it turns into positive. For example, mod of x is equal to x if x is greater than equal to 0, and mod of x is equal to minus x if x is less than 0. If x is negative, so we are multiplying by x. It is a negative value. X is negative. So negative, negative, positive. So mod will give always a positive answer. So the meaning is here it is will give positive answer. Don't take that it is minus x. X is negative, so we are multiplying it by minus. So it can convert it into positive. X is always less than or equal to mod x. holds true for all x, because we know that x is positive or negative, but mod x is always going to be positive. So obvious mod x is greater than or going to be greater than or equal to x. So we can write this we can use in many examples also, this thing. Now properties, this we can directly use when we are solving example. If mod x is less than or equal to alpha, so we can write x is less than or equal to alpha, greater than or equal to minus alpha, if alpha is positive. Mod of x is greater than or equal to alpha. If it is greater than or equal to, so we can write x greater than or equal to alpha, or x is less than or equal to minus alpha. Here alpha is again positive. Now third property is, this is very nice property because these are used in many examples. This is the triangular inequality. This is also known as triangular inequality, this one. Mod of x plus or minus y less than or equal to mod of x plus y. Here it will be plus, mod of x plus y, not minus. Mod of x plus y less than or equal to mod x plus mod y. Similarly, if it is negative, so inequality sign will change. Mod of x plus y, here it is mod of x minus y, here it will be x minus y. There is mistake in writing mod of x minus y. I hope you will correct this. Mod of x minus y is greater than or equal to mod of double mod. Here outside is also mod. Mod of x, mod of y, whole mod. So this is this property. Correct it. Here it is plus, here it is minus. Now fourth property, mod of xy is equal to mod of x into mod of y. Similarly for division, mod of x upon y is equal to mod x upon mod y. Y is not equal to 0. Y is not equal to 0. Take care that here is not y is equal to 0, it is y is not equal to 0. Now the interesting one, x square is less than or equal to b square, greater than or equal to s square. So we can directly write this as x belongs to minus b to minus a union a to b. Similarly, if equality sign is not there, only less than greater than is there, then here a and b will not be included in the answer. This is very important property. This one is very important property. I hope you understood this. Now thank you. I hope you understood this, and if you really like, then please give me a like and also subscribe to my channel if you understood this. And if you have any doubt, then let me know in the comment section given below. Thank you very much.